What up, random rockers? I guess there's nothing really to talk about this week. Seems like there was nothing that's come out and no, calm down. No, I'm sorry. Look, I know what I said about the last album. Don't, God, no! Oh, God! Oh, God! Ah! The band CAMINO, The Dark. This would be, I guess, technically second to full length if you consider Try Hard an EP and not a full length, but I would consider it third record to me. I'm just gonna pull up my YouTubes and show you my evidence of what happened the last time I reviewed this, or at least what turned out to be, and why cold opening is what it is. So yeah, from what my analytics tell me, this review apparently kind of didn't do as well as I turned, or at least the way the audience reacted to it. I got like more of a dislike ratio than a like ratio. Was very confused by this, personally. I don't know how many people love this, but honestly, I never felt like going back to the record, weirdly enough. Still, and I'm not, or like wanting to, like not in the way I would Try Hard. And I was sort of worried at first, like wondering maybe it was more a situation where the album was too long. There was some behind the scenes issues. Kevin, one of their original bass player, was apparently a creep. So they were still, I guess, shifting and trying to figure out with this lineup and trying to rearrange and get themselves tight and focused, which they weren't going into the new record. And it sort of, and it kind of showed, and I feel like maybe them going as long as they did was not the best choice. I may not have said that in my review, to be fair. I think I did, but I don't remember if I did. It's been like 2 years, if not, like it was 2021, I think, when that record came out. So yeah, it didn't been 2 years. Was waiting for the follow-up, and then I finally heard the new singles, I Told You So, and which are the first 2 tracks on this record. Yeah, this is more of what I wanted from them. And as the record goes on, it's what I wanted and was hoping for going into the self-titled record that it didn't give me. This record did. The Dark did. I would say you go straight to this after Try Hard, not the self-titled. And I'm still going to probably get dislikes for it. Fuck, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? Like, this is more of what I'm talking about. I know I'm going to get dislikes saying, no, this is worse. I'm like, how? There's way better hooks here on this damn thing. It's shorter and sweeter, which maybe that's an issue for some people because they wanted more. Maybe they wanted more out of him, like the last record. But for me, yeah, I love the first 2 tracks, which were the first 2 singles of Told You So and What Am I Missing. Though eventually they do put See You Later in the later half and The Last Minute of the World. We'll get to, as the final track, we'll get to my thoughts on that. Now, it's not a bad single, but here's the thing. It's more of a complaint that this is the song that is the ending, or at least this version. Now, fans should know what I'm talking about. But yes, Save My Life, I love the kind of sort of choral thing that's going on with the, or at least what works here works better than whatever 30 Seconds to Mars does, I'll tell you that. Let It Happen's probably definitely a highlight to me. Though I will say my complaint, it's a minute one, but it's you. I think they wanted to say it's not me, it's you. and have "It's You" in parentheses. I don't know. I'm wondering if this is a typo, guys. Because that's kind of what it essentially is as a song. They're simple, but the way they execute them is very effective to me compared to some negative, and there's some sense of thought to put into it, even if some of these songs may come off as filler in some cases. I love "See You Later." Not at first, but it was a grower. Same would have been said for "Last Man in the World." The other deeper cuts, I mean, "Let It Happen, Save My Life" was definitely the better one. "Same Page" it's definitely not bad. I definitely enjoy "Afraid of the Dark." I think they're trying to kind of promote Novocaine as a single now, but I'm not too sure on it. It took me a while to grow on it, but I did enjoy it. Three-Month Hangover is decent, but now we're going to get to the last track to me, which ends this record, and it's "Last Man in the World." The initial original version is fine, but this version, this is where I'd microdact this thing and tell you, instead of finishing out your, I would switch this original version out. Hear me out. This is a rock channel, so you'll understand where I'm coming from. And I'd switch it out. And I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, so forgive me for this. The Mateus Asado version, which I'm guessing that might be the name of the guitarist they hired to do the guitar work on this thing to make a rock radio version for this single. And the lead work on this thing actually adds something. It's one of those cases where it's a rock version that adds something and isn't just kind of there. I would genuinely want this version. They could have just had this version as just a feature instead of its own separate thing for rock radio stations, it seems, and actually put that version as the legitimate version we would have had to end this record. I would use this version as opposed to the original to end this album, and it would end on a high note to me because of the guitar work on this thing. It's magical to me. And yeah, and there's a lot of breakups. It's a very much most of it's very much breakup oriented. The only thing is "See You Later's" lyrics is less breakup-y and more sort of a flex, involving you being the person. I mean, them taking the place of the singer that's already pretty much got that woman hooked on her, as opposed to all the other guys who are just basically chewing at the bit like your OnlyFans simps and shit. It's y'all was simping, but I'm getting it. Sort of a rap flex, but it works. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. But yeah, "Let It Happen." And it's short and sweet, with "3-Month Hangover" literally being the longest song, clocking in at 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Though let me see here. Okay, so yeah, technically the other version is longer. The version I prefer is 10 seconds longer a little bit, but I think that has more to do with the solo they added in to the track, which it's actually tasty. It's very tasty. Sure, I've heard some metal solos and stuff that might be better but for what this band does pop rock wise and stuff, you normally don't get solos like this. So this feature just really kind of adds something that you don't normally get from this band that's actually kind of awesome and genuinely rocks the hell out. And I hope they actually do something more like this version live, if they ever get the chance to, as opposed to the way the original version is. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, it would go over better if they did ever do that live. I don't know if they'll ever come to St. Louis or not, if they're even one of those bands that will. Or if they're just going to bypass us and go to either Kansas City or fucking Chicago. Shame. damn shame. Especially when you could have some decent venues with them. I do think they're one of the better bands. They're definitely one of the better bands that could be lumped in alt pop, but to me, they're still in that lane of being Switchfoot meets What If Maroon 5 didn't fucking, when it comes to hooks, didn't fucking suck. Also, some of these tracks on this record have some trap percussion, and it's produced in a certain way where it doesn't annoy the fuck out of me. And if you can do that, you deserve the golf clap. Golf clap. Golf clap. I'm telling you. Like, this is what self-titled should have been. You know? You're probably gonna bitch at me because I'm still bitching. I'm so tired. Well, if it was more like this, I wouldn't. Now would I? Just fucking saying. Been waiting 2 fucking years for that. So fucking throw that at you, motherfuckers. Anyways, overall, fuck it. Fuck it. Save this only for the really high regard stuff. I'm considering Masterclass. I'm considering it. But I'd still find Try Hard more Masterclass more worthy of it than this. But I can't not say that it's Strawn, Keep It Real, 2 Strawn horns up, actually. This is a pop rock record. I would not feel guilty to play if I had. I've played it before my now unfortunate ex, and she actually at least Try Hard, and she liked what was going on there. She might have liked this too. So if I gave her a chance to, but I've not heard anything back, and I mean, ex, of course you're not. So it's one of those things. But I had if I needed like a backup plan for Lady Friend, if I can't get her into metal, I have this. And it's nice. It's very nice. What did you guys think? Leave a comment below, let me know. And listening to this record, leave a comment below, let me know. Did you like this more than the last record? Did you like it more than Try Hard, maybe? Leave a comment below, let me know. As always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. I'll see you next video. Take care, y'all.